I know it's been a long day and you're probably eager to get on with the evening's festivities. So this will be a pretty short presentation. I've got about 15 slides and should be pretty quick. Okay. So I couldn't see how many people said they use the portal regularly. I'm going to assume that you at least know about it, even if you don't use it very often. We're going to try and create something that is more useful to the people in the program. The program portal is an important communication, administrative, and scientific tool for the collaborative program. Having a way to openly and transparently share information and data is vital to adaptive management. The new development that we're working on is designed to help the program partners in their work. So we want to make this better for all of you. I'm going to go over the work plan for this year, for 2023. Let's see. The portal has been in its current state for a couple of years. It was kind of in hiatus for a while, but we got new funding from the Corps of Engineers in the summer of 23. I'm sorry, in the summer of 22. And this funding is for development and support of the portal through calendar year 2023. To decide what our priorities were for new development, we reached out to stakeholders. We had 2 stakeholder meetings in the fall. Average attendance was about 20 people. And we looked at, we evaluated the portal and then refined the scope of work for the coming year. The September meeting focused on how people use the portal in the office and in the field. What data sets people may want to add to it, the interactive map, and external resources. In November, we looked at some different visualization tools and discussed potential new features to add to the viewer, to add to the website. We also ended up talking a little bit more about the user experience and some improvements that we could make. The document library has about 1,000 data sets and documents in it. This is a record of the scientific and administrative work of the program. So it's all in one spot where it's, well, where it should be easy to get. So one of the more common requests that we've had is that we speed up the search tool. It's a little bit slow. And another request was to provide an alternative method to find documents. So a list or a table that people can sort the way they want instead of plugging in values in the filter for the search tool. And it's a way also so you can just peruse data and maybe discover something that you didn't know was there in the first place. We'll also be adding some messages and instructions to the search interface to improve the user experience. The signatories have indicated that they want to be able to see what data is available near their project sites. So we have an interactive map. This has been in there for a while, and it's got about maybe 20 different data sets in it. We have plans to update some of those data sets and then also add more data sets. Some of the data sets will be things like reference data, like river miles or landmarks along the river. Some of it is the scientific data that's collected or created by the program partners. And then other data is like external resources, map services that already exist, data that's created and managed by other people that we can pull in to the viewer, like real-time stream flow from USGS, critical habitat, snow depth, soil moisture. And then this doesn't have to be the entire list. We welcome additional suggestions for map data. And if you have ideas or something you feel should be in the interactive map, please reach out to West. And then they share that information with the development team. We also have plans to update the interactive map framework. It's currently in the Esri JavaScript API, and we're going to migrate that to Leaflet. I don't know if that means anything to y'all, but it will make it easier for us to manage it since the original developer left and our current crew of developers uses Leaflet. And we have a lot of templates that we're using in other sites and we can make changes with a lower level of effort. This should also make the map more mobile friendly, so it could be used in the field. We have plans to improve filters and pop-ups. And then not everybody wants to use map data in this viewer. They might want to pull it into their own ArcGIS online viewer or desktop GIS, and we'll create documentation so that people can use the map services that we host in different settings. We plan to add a page with logos and links for all the signatories. We'd like to have the logo, the link, and then a description about the program partners and what projects they're working on. We need your help with this, so if you can contribute a short description about your projects, that would be great. And again, reach out to West with that information. Excuse me. We also plan to add an external resources page. There's a lot of information out there that's relative to the collaborative program that doesn't necessarily need to be incorporated into our website, but we want to link to it. It's good to know what's out there and make sure the program is taking it into account. Again, we'll need your input to make, I'm sorry, an input, I apologize. We'll need your input for any external resources that you want to add. So this is a short list here, but it can certainly be longer. We are going to review and improve website organization and user experience. Some people want to go straight to data. Others want a more engaging site. So we're going to work on trying to meet both of those needs. Make it more intuitive, easier to navigate, as maybe reorganization or adding a sitemap or story map, add more pictures, add descriptions for data sets, links, and program partners, key highlights from the previous year. One of the things people requested was, like, if I want to add data, how do I do it? Or if I want to get something added to the map, how do I do that? We'll add instructions for ways for people to contribute to the site. And then we'll test this with a small group before we put it into production. We discussed a number of tools for visualization, and the one that people really seemed to like the most was time series graphs. This is a good visualization tool for communicating relationships and trends. We're going to have a workshop in the spring specifically to develop this tool, and we'll need input on what data you want visualized and what kind of relationships, and then we'll need help getting those data sets. And we'll create some examples to demonstrate, and we'll outline requirements for adding data to time series. We track usage of the site using Google Analytics. One of the plans is to segregate analytics of people who are maintaining the site, so USGS and West, from the users of the site, so we can get a more accurate idea or more accurate numbers of what the usage level really is and maybe improve it. We will add tags to data so we can track downloads and track which map layers are being used. We also have plans to meet to discuss options for heat maps, like to see where people are spending time on a page, where their mouse is. And then if people want it, we can also talk about custom analytics reports. Additional tasks, these are just general site maintenance and user support tasks, updating databases and the content management system, migrating map services, troubleshooting, dealing with technical problems, maintaining servers, and other things like that. And then the schedule, the document library search, winter of 23. External resources page and signatory logo page, spring of 23, user experience improvement, winter and spring of 23, time series development workshop, spring of 23, analytics, winter of 23, migration to leaflet, also the winter of 23, and then finally, one of the biggest ones is adding new data and creating or doing data updates for the interactive map. And that will be spring and summer of 23. I don't have anything listed for fall, but I expect that at least one of these things is probably going to spill over. Next steps. Think about long-term funding. Current funding from the Corps of Engineers goes through the calendar year 2023. Beyond that, we're uncertain of the situation. Please contribute data, documents, and ideas. Reach out to West and they'll share your suggestions with the development team. And please participate in the workshop for developing the time series visualizations. And just in general, please contribute, please help us make the portal a better product. We want to make something that's useful for you, and we just want to make it a better product. So that's pretty much all I have. It's a lot of work. And if anyone has any questions, I'm here to answer them now, or if you think of something later, there is a contact us link on the website and you can fill it out and we can get it that way.
Thank you. Thank you, Florence. I just want to reiterate something. The Collaborative program, one of our biggest and most important useful tools is this program portal. This is our communication tool to the outside world. When people Google us, this is what they see. So please, please, please help us make it better. Florence showed the Google Analytics, and we see a little bit of an uptick around meetings when people go to the website to download their meeting materials, and then basically zero the rest of the time. So we wanted this to be a useful and used tool for all of you. So thank you. Are there any questions for Florence? All right, thank you, Florence. We will be in touch when we have better ideas about scheduling for that workshop. And we will, I know we already have a small group of folks who volunteered from the stakeholder meetings to work with us on the user experience side. If there are others who would like to volunteer, please reach out to Michelle and me.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me present.